live this morning for about 45 minutes. I'm going to be talking to you about whatever questions you have regarding your home. And if you don't have any questions, we're going to talk about decluttering. So I'm excited about that today. If you do come on my lives at a later time, make sure you always put your name in so I can call you by name. And start with your question mark if you have a question, because those are the ones I'm going to focus on if I get too many. All right, make sure you're in live chat, not top chat, so that I can see your chats. And I'm going to start with good morning with Laura Pennell. Hi, Laura, how are you? And we're just waiting for people to come on. So, Laura, I hope you have some questions for me today. I like it when I have questions because it's fun to answer them. And we're going to talk about decluttering if I don't get enough questions. Hi, Angela. Good morning, Mimi. Good morning, Miss Dog over there. Maggie May is looking at me like, all right. I'm great. Thank you, Laura said. Thanks, Laura. All right, so today I'm just going to start talking. Good morning. I haven't been on in a long time. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Joyful Noise Mom from Central Texas. Jocelyn. Ernestine Frame. Good morning from Kansas. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure you give it a thumbs up today. Make sure you do. Connie, good morning. Jean, good morning. And we see who else is on here. All right. So you do need to declutter. Good. Hi, Margaret. We're going to talk about decluttering today. So we're going to talk about what I'm doing for May on the Patreon videos, and that is a clutter challenge for the month of May. I'm going to give you a challenge every day for $5 a month. You can join that challenge. You will have at least 20 videos, 5 a day. You can use those challenges on Saturday if you work. You can come back and watch them again, but that's going to be what we're doing. So I'm excited about that. Good morning, Randy. It says top messages and all messages. I don't know what that means. Hi, Laura. Oh, Laura said, yay. Lolette Mizell said, good morning from Louisiana. Debbie Tybert. Hi, Kat. On my way to work. We'll watch later. Hi, Debbie. Good to talk to you. All right. Time's flying. So today we're going to talk about decluttering. So how many of you have clutter? Now, don't tell me you don't. How many of you have clutter somewhere in your home? If you do, let me know, just with a little just me, and send me that. Angela has her hand up. She has clutter. Okay. Who else has clutter? Laura. I like your little person. All right. I know that there are at least 29 of you on here. That's Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn. She's got it. She's got clutter. Elizabeth says, me, I'm thinking, she's got it pointed this way, but I think she means that. Mimi has clutter. Nancy says, hi, Kat. I know Nancy has clutter because I mentor her and she shares with me her challenges. Katie Scala has clutter. Good morning. Mr. B, can you let the dog out and hook her up, please? Thank you. Who else has clutter? Mr. B says, happy Monday, everyone. Lilette says she does. Grace has clutter. Connie has clutter. Just one room left. Tracy has clutter. Jennifer Napper says for sure she has clutter. All right, so Jean has clutter. Oh my goodness, girls. All right, so you're going to really benefit from the Patreon videos this month. Just let her out, babe. Okay. Jennifer DeCoupe, is that how you pronounce your last name? Has clutter. DeCoupe. Ernestine has clutter. All right, so here's what I want you to do. Listen to me very carefully. I want you to map out your storage. What? Oh, I want you to map out your storage. Randy has clutter. Edie says hi from England. I'm assuming you have some clutter, Edie. So I want you to map out your storage, and here's how you do that. And I tell this to my mentees that I personally mentor. So this is a little special sneak peek into being personally mentored. What you want to do is take a piece of paper and a pencil, or several pieces of paper and a pencil, or an erasable pen or whatever, and hold on, she needs her halter on. And clutter. Candace has clutter. All right, so we're going to, hang on, I got to put my dog's halter on. What we're going to do is you're going to map out your clutter. So mapping out your clutter means that you think about your house before. Come here, crazy. Come here, my crazy girl. Oh my goodness. Let me just put your halter on and then you can go play with Daddy. And I have to put her halter on because I have to hook her up in the house or she'll get into everything because she's a mess. Oh, big girl. Okay, go over there with Daddy. Hook her up. Good luck with that. All right. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Okay, so what we... He always says, why can't you hook her up? And now he's having the same problem because she's a wiggle worm, huh? All right. Get all of the stuff out of the way. No worries. Thanks, Laura. Okay, so we're going to think about your house without any furniture in it, without any possessions whatsoever. So think about that first. Think about each room, and I want you to make a list of each room, and I want you to write down the storage that comes with the house, like cabinets, built-in bookshelves, closets, etc. Then I want you to imagine all your furniture moved into your house without any possessions, just your furniture. And now I want you to add in each room the additional storage you brought in. Maybe you brought in a bookshelf. Maybe you brought in some end tables with storage. Maybe there's a trunk. Maybe you have chest of drawers, dressers, etc. Toy boxes, doesn't matter, whatever it is. Then you're going to imagine, if you didn't have any possessions, but you wanted to provide for your family possessions and money was no object, what would you buy for your family and where would you store it? Now, you're going to be choosing it from your actual stuff, but that's what you want to do. You want to write down what you're going to put in the different storage areas. This is not a 5-minute project. This is a pretty big project where you're really thinking about your storage and you're going to assign places for your Tupperware, for your Brillo pad. I don't care what it is, the dog's leash. You have to have storage for all these things. Then you're going to start decluttering in your zone based on that system. Now, a lot of your stuff may already be where you want it to be, but you might discover things that aren't going to fit. And I'm going to give the example I give everyone because it's just one I like to give. Let's pretend that your family loves to play games and you have all these games and they're all in great shape and you enjoy playing all of these games. And you've assigned that cabinet over there to put the games on, or the front hall shelf or whatever. And you go to put the games in and they don't fit. But where you said you're going to put the blankets in the hall linen closet or whatever has plenty of room. So in that case, maybe you might say, and this is your choice, hey, I'm going to put my blankets in this place over here where I have the games, and I'm going to put all these games where the blankets go. Even though it might not be, quote, normal, it doesn't matter. It's your house and it's your storage. Now, once you get everything assigned and put where it goes, you're still going to have things left over. And then you're going to have to say, are these extras? Are any of these aging out? And what I mean by aging out is, are they old? I don't use them. They're a duplicate, because that's what's going to happen for the rest of your life. You don't have to declutter again, but you're going to have things that age out as time goes on. Socks and underwear and shoes and clothes and toothbrushes and deodorant and just all the stuff you have ages out. You don't want to have piles and piles of extras. You just want to have what you need. And it depends on your storage in your home. So now I'm going to open it up for questions for how you're going to do this. And I'll just say one last thing. Once you start decluttering, you're going to set your timer for 15 minutes. Here's the trick. Where's my phone? Oh, I'm recording on my phone. You're going to set your phone for do not disturb for 15 minutes. You can have a do not disturb on for 15 minutes because if you have disruptions, what is it normally going to be? Your children or your phone? It's usually what it's going to be. So make sure your children have something to do for 15 minutes and say, I'm not going to answer you for 15 minutes. Unless you're bleeding, don't bother me for 15 minutes. I'm working on this closet. Play with your so-and-so or do your books or whatever it is you've got them doing, okay? Study whatever. Color the picture or wait till your baby's asleep. But work for 15 minutes. When the alarm goes off, you have to stop. And then you just say, wow, look what I did today. I got this one little part done. So if you only have 15 minutes, that means you can't pull everything out of the closet. You can only pull out one shelf full and say, now, what does my scheme say I'm going to do? What does my schematic say? My blueprint? It says towels are going on this shelf. Okay, so let me get the towels off of this shelf, fold them a little nicer, put them on here. Oh, I have too many towels, but you know what? Most of these are crap. Let me get my nice towels and put them here. We're going to use nice towels from now on. Plus the ones that are in the bathroom. This is perfect. The rest of these are going to be given away or thrown away if they're really, really ratty. Okay, or given to, you can come up with a million places. But 15 minutes, complete the process, throw away, give away, put away, and then go back to your life. You're going to do that 4 times a week in your zone until you have no more clutter. Now I'm open for questions. So let's see if I have any questions. Marty's here. Hey, Marty. Megan's here. Hey, Megan. So what do you have? Does that make sense to you? Do you have questions about that? Is that something you're going to be able to do in your home? Or if you think you can't, let me help you make it work. So ask me your questions. Remember to put a question mark in front of your question because I know that you'll be talking to each other as well, and I really don't need to read those. So if you'll just put a little question mark, I'd like to see your questions or your challenges, but still put it with a question mark. Where's my water? Here it is. Okay. By the way, girls, I'm on vacation. You're welcome. I'm not doing any call mentoring this week. Jessica Cox, I have such a hard time cleaning because my full-time job is cleaning rental cabins. You know what that means, Jessica? Jocelyn, you know what that means? And could you please repeat the bones of the schematic? Okay. First, let me just make a comment on your comment, and I like your question. I will repeat it again. The reason you can't clean is because your mindset says, I do that all day long, I can't do it anymore. And it's a lie that we tell ourselves that we can't do it. This is something we want to do more than anything because it's for our family. We don't get paid monetarily for this, but we get paid emotionally, spiritually, and physically for this. It is something that you can do for 15 minutes, okay? All right, the scheme again is to take a piece of paper or several pieces of paper or note cards or whatever you want, divide your house into rooms, pretend it's totally empty, look at all the storage that came with the house, write it down, put your furniture in there mentally without any of your belongings, just your furniture, add the different areas for storage, and then start saying, this is where I want to keep the Tupperware. This is where I want to keep the cups. This is where I want to keep my knives. This is where I want to keep my socks. This is where I want to keep my shirts. This is where I want to keep the toothpaste. This is where I want to keep the extra toilet paper, etc. All the stuff that we have. Okay, that's the bare bones. All right, I think I've got more questions. Thank you, Nancy. Ernestine likes the idea. You're welcome. You're welcome. By the way, if you need to be mentored, if you feel like you're just frozen and you can't move forward, I'll be happy to mentor you. I have some spots available. If you're a patron, you can send me a personal note and I can talk to you on the phone. So give me your phone number so I can call you and then we can figure out what will be right for you and what I have available. I have a couple of spots available coming up. Okay. All right. Jessica said, I just got to make myself do it. That's right. You have to say, you know what, you can do this. Jocelyn said, got it. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you, Jocelyn. So you've got to change your mind. There's an old saw that says, the cobbler's children have no shoes, or the dentist, not the dentist, but the electrician never takes care of his electricity or whatever, and that's just an old saying. It's not necessarily so. It's just that people are tired and they want to rest, but you have an opportunity to rest after you work for 15 minutes decluttering. Now, you have other things to do as well, and we all know that, but to declutter or deep clean, you're just going to do it for 15 minutes on this program. Now, when I give you a personal cleaning program, which happens when you're personally mentored, it might be different amounts of time. It might look different. It will look different. It's an entirely different program. But what I teach you on Patreon and what I teach on YouTube is the Flylady system, my version of the Flylady system. So if you want to personalize Kat's personalized mentoring for you, plan for you, then you go give me a note on Patreon. You have to sign up for $5 just to get in there. And then I have $50 slots. I'm not sure if I have any $100 slots yet left. I may have one. I'm not sure. Okay. But if you want it, I'd be happy to help you. Mr. B says, if you want to be personally mentored, that's the link to get on there. That's the link. What else do we have going? Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Is it time to go after 15 minutes? Nobody else has any comments about doing this personal scheme or blueprint for your home? Or what ifs? Or I can't? Or I've got? Or this is my challenge? Good morning from St. Augustine. Hi, Tara. Megan said, I really want to teach my 14-year-old daughter how to clean well this summer. Any suggestions where to start? Yeah. What you do is a 14-year-old, you need to help her declutter her room first. So get it decluttered all the way. That means no trash. That means clothes where they go. That means electronics and toys where they go. Personal things where they go. A place for everything in her room. And then you can make a plan for her that says, okay, these are 8 things or so that you need to do in your room to keep it clean. We need to, and you just look in the room and figure out all the stuff that needs to be done and say, okay, on the weekends, every 4 weeks, you're going to do 2 things every weekend, just 2 things, and they're not going to take very long. Plus, you're going to help me with the weekly home blessing hour. Plus, you're going to help me with cooking. Plus, everyone's going to help me with after dinner routine. Plus, you can help me in the yard or whatever, but start with her room. Sarah says, my children are autistic. My daughter, 6, can understand and do things, but I'm so overwhelmed. Where do I start habits-wise? You have to start with yourself. Autistic children can be a challenge, but everyone has their own child, whether it's an autistic child or not, and you know what they can and can't accomplish mentally, physically, and digitally, So each autistic child has a different level of autism. Some are nonverbal, some use machines to talk to you, some are older, some are younger. You have all kind of different challenges. So you are just going to take each thing, one thing at a time. You're going to get up before the children get up. You need a plan for your day. More than ever, you need a plan for your day, and you need to do your work first. That's it. Then you'll have time to dedicate to your autistic children. Okay. Now, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a psychologist. I really can't help with the details of it, but I can just say in general, my experience is that. Okay. All right. Candace, mapping out the whole house seems overwhelming. How about 1 or 2 at a time? Just you're doing one room at a time, Candace. You're not sitting down and doing and saying, okay, this is my whole house and these are all my spaces and this is all the spots. I'm just going to do one at a time. Just one room at a time. Get it all ready. And then you can start assigning. You don't have to do it all at one time. As I said, it's a big job. But once you get it all out, then you may be doing some shuffling. You may be putting some things that you thought you were going to put in the hall, in the front hall closet, etc. Okay? All right. Let's see. Make sure you put a question in front of your things that you need help with, or I won't be able to, when a lot come in, I might miss you. Nancy says personally mentoring is definitely worth it. I like the idea. It makes me think of my pretend I'm moving mindset every couple of years, helps as a reset. Yes, it does. And we all need a reset from time to time. Megan said, thank you. Tara, is the Flylady feather duster really better than a regular feather duster? Yes, it is a beautiful, strong, well-built, high-quality feather duster. And if it comes with some flaw, they will replace it. Flylady is a very reputable business as far as that goes. You got one for $12 and hate it? Yeah, that's because you got a crummy one. You will love a Flylady duster. It's not $12. Believe me. Get one. She was sold out the last time I looked because you had a super sale, but they may have them back in now. Floor clutter, small house, no real storage. Tracy, if you have floor clutter, small house, no real storage, you need to come up with some storage solutions. You can't have stuff laying around, and you have to be very strong with yourself on what you're really keeping. If you have a small house with no real storage, maybe you need to buy a bookshelf, or you need to buy a dresser, or you need to buy a wardrobe, depending on where you live and your situation. Okay. Jennifer, thanks for the question marks. Will you share how to go about getting a personalized plan and how much that would cost? It's between $50 and $100 a month. It's me personally mentoring you with a new personalized plan. I won't tell you any more than that because I don't want anyone to jump to conclusions or try to create it themselves, because it's not that easy to create. It took me a long time to create this system. But if you're interested, it's $50 a month for 2 appointments a month. That's the least it would be. The most would be $100. I have one for $75. I'm not sure I have a $75 available. That's 3 times a month. Okay, it's not just a one and done. It's something that you need to commit to do for several months with me to make sure it's working for you. We've tweaked everything, etc. Okay. Now, I have had clients who were my clients in the past who graduated, who came back for a month to get their personal plan, and they were able to work it because I knew them, I knew their situation, they knew me, and we worked well together. But if you're brand new, it's going to take several months. It's a commitment.
You have someone that's been with you for years.
I do. Let's see. So Jennifer, I hope to see you, Jennifer Napper. I thought I saw a question. Sarah, I meant, how do I start having my daughter help? I meant, how do I start having her help me? The routines are helpful. I'm seeing such a difference. I'm reading all of Sarah's comments real quick. Okay, Sarah, how old is your daughter? She's not the one with the 14-year-old. I think that was Megan. Anyway, how old is your daughter? And I'll tell you what she can start doing. Lots of comments on the duster. They're the best dusters ever. Laura said, I use my Flylady duster for cleaning, for my cleaning company. You use it for your cleaning company? Now that's something. I love it. Question mark from Jocelyn. How would you discern if you are storing things that would be better served letting go? Well, the questions I always say are, do I use it? Do I love it? Do I need it? Do I want it? Now, you can't just have one of those as a yes, like I want it, but I don't need it, love it, or use it. You kind of have to have all of those things answered with a yes. I need it, I love it, I use it, I want it. Okay, so let's say it's a pretty vase. I love it. Do I put things in vases from time to time? Yes, I cut flowers in my yard. I put flowers in vases, so I can use it. I haven't used it lately, but now that I've found it, I'm going to put it in my rotation for spring. I need it, I want it, I love it, and I'll use it, so I can keep that, okay? I may add one more thing. Is it a priority for storage if I don't have a lot of storage? So if you didn't have a lot of storage and you had 4 vases that you wanted to keep, you may need to say, I need to take it down to one I can use all year long, or 2, and get rid of the other 2, even though I love them, you know. And so that's what you have to do. You have to say to yourself, get real. This is your space. do you really need this thing? I live in an RV, so it is definitely something you can ask yourself, and you can get rid of things. And when you do, you feel better because it doesn't feel good. There have been studies done that say that human beings have more anxiety, have more insomnia, all the negative things when they have clutter in their spaces. When they get rid of it, if their room is tidy, they sleep better. They feel better. There's more peace. All the things I tell you all the time when you get rid of clutter. Do you want that or not? Do you want peace in your home? Do you want control in your life? Do you want to love yourself more? Do you want to sleep better at night? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to be able to find things? Do you want to be able to tell your kids where those things go? Then get rid of your clutter. And it's clutter. If you don't need it, love it, use it, and want it. Okay. I don't see any more question marks, so I'll try to see if I can dig through some of these. Sarah Jane's answered my question about she has 6 children with autism, low support needs, high functioning. Okay, so they can help you. If they're high functioning autistic children, I believe, they can help you. And you just have to give them whatever your doctor or counselor or psychiatrist or psychologist or whomever you work with suggests. And I would ask them, how do I implement? I want them to help me in the house. What do I need to do? I'm sure that they would be able to help. I don't know. Okay. I only know what I've watched on YouTube and what people have told me. I'm ready for questions. Nancy said her girlfriend says if it doesn't fit in my space, it's got to go. Hi, Linda. That's right, Nancy. Truffle Nose has 6 boxes leaving her house. Oh, I think Sarah says she doesn't have 6 autistic children. She has a 6-year-old autistic child. Maybe that's it. She's got 80. It's like she has ADHD. She's creative, active, and makes messes. Welcome to the world of children. Sarah has 2 children. Okay. Question, Peony Pantry. And I need a name, Peony. Help with self-discipline when I have limited energy from being pregnant with number 5. I haven't been pregnant 5 times. It's true. I've been pregnant 3 times. It depends on each pregnancy is different, where you are in your pregnancy, how tidy you were to start with, etc. So I need more details to answer that question, Vanessa. Okay. So tell me specifically what's going on. How far along are you? How messy are your children? Have you trained them to keep things tidy? Are you able to take a nap? Are you homeschooling? I mean, there's so many things. It's Vanessa. I mentor you, Vanessa. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you in our personal mentoring about that. But I will say that when you're pregnant, you're tired. And sometimes you just have to push through, and sometimes you just have to skip it. I'll just say that. And if you're fooling yourself. Jocelyn says, so glad to hear it, Lolette. Thanks for the encouragement. Jocelyn, let's see. Sarah loves my tough but kind approach. Thanks. You know how many people I mentor, Vanessa? I mentor about 40 people every month, maybe more. Well, so I don't know your handles when you're on here. In fact, an old dear precious friend came on several times, and I said, who is this? And she sent me a personal note saying, hey, Kat, that was me. It's like, oh, sorry. Jessica suggests you get your iron checked. That's true. I mean, you got to go to your doctor. You got to tell them you're tired. You got to, do all that stuff. Well, we'll talk about it in our personal mentoring because it's different for everybody. 50 right now. I mentor 50. That's why when I tell you girls who I mentor, please send me a synopsis of what we talked about so I know where we are for the next time, or making sure you have your questions ready. I can't remember 50 people's personal information wholly. When you give me a little step up, I can, or if you've been with me for a long time, I can. Yeah. All right. Any more questions, comments, or concerns while I'm on, I don't know if y'all heard me, but I'm on my vacation. So I'm giving you this as a special gift because I would like to be relaxing. And I still need to make videos because I'm also making videos for you. I'm doing everything for you, but I'm not mentoring this week. And we've been on for 30 minutes. I don't have very many questions coming through. Let's have some more questions, please, with question marks. What did you put in her ball? Banana? Peanut butter? Oh, you gave her a toy. Oh, man, that's fun, Maggie. Get it. A picture of a schedule. Okay, what is this? Jamie, a picture schedule of cleaning tasks might be a good way to start with child with autism. Doing them together first will be helpful too. Good. Hi, Tony Rose. Grace said, I made a plan for every room before I moved into this house. It helped so much. Yes, Grace. Yes, Grace. I will tell you on our vacation, we are doing a reset. We're going to relook at our storage, and we're going to get rid of some more stuff. We're going to age out some more stuff. Maggie May is getting more mature. She's being so good. You're such a good girl, Maggie May. She's so adorable. I love her so much. Okay. Are we done, girls? It's only been 30 minutes. I guess I'm done. They're telling me goodbye.
Your work is never done.
A mother's work is never done. Am I done? We've got 71 people on here. I'm willing to answer questions for another 20 minutes if you have them. If you've got them, put them out there real quick. With a question mark, please. Nothing. Nothing.
It's because I've got her quiet.
You got it. You're doing good, Larry. Oh, here's a question. Is it better to work his own within your zone or go to a neutral location such as a kitchen table, Jocelyn? Some question before that. I missed something, Jocelyn.
Are you on live chat?
I'm on live chat. Mm-hmm. Okay. My children's closets are overflowing. There's toys, clothes, board games. How would you suggest I get a handle on my kids' closets? They are out of control. Laura, to declutter your children's rooms, you want to go in with a plan of what you want them to have. You're going to go through their stuff. If they're not using it, get rid of it. If it's broken, get rid of it. If it's too small, get rid of it. If it's got holes in it, get rid of it. Get rid of some stuff. One of the hardest things for mothers is having their children put their things away, and their whole reason their kids can't put their things away or have a hard time putting their things away is because they have so many old things like clothes in their drawers where the bottom is bulging and they can't fit their stuff in. So go sit down and go through clothes, go through toys, go through electronics, and get all the trash out of the room. If your child is older, sit on the bed and direct them. If your child is little, help them. If your child is tiny, do it for them. Okay.
You see Dickie's coming in?
No, I saw Robin calling me from Chicago.
Not before Laura?
Dickie. Hi, Dickie. Yeah, I saw Dickie. Hi, Dickie. Joyful Noise said, should I say within the zone? Should I stay within the zone? She can't reach your ball. I still don't understand your question because I went back and it says, should I work in a neutral area like the kitchen table? There's no neutral area and zones. It's just zones. So you're either in the kitchen, you're in the living room, you're in the dining room, you're in the bedroom, you're in the entryway, etc. So I may not understand your question. I need to do a special project today. Would you go over the particulars, please? Yes. To do a special project is not just a day. A special project is several days or several weeks or several months. You start with a piece of blank paper. At the top, you write the name of your project, like whatever it is, den. Under that, or hall closet. Under that, you write a vision and mission statement. I would like this hall closet to be organized and tidy, and I want to store only guests' clothes in it and some games on the top shelf. And then you would make a list of all the things that need to happen in that. In the example of giving closet, where you would say, throw away the empty boxes, get the trash out, get the extra clothes back to the bedrooms, etc., the toys, etc. So you go through it, boom, 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 boom. And then you would say how long each one of those things is going to take. And then you would say, how many minutes are you going to do it? I let you do 30 minutes on a project. How many minutes a day? So that'd be 2 hours a week. If it adds up to 6 hours, then it's going to take you 3 weeks. You're going to mark things off as you do it. And in the end, you're going to have a beautiful closet or whatever it is. Okay? Who are you talking to? Who is that? Okay. My children's closets are overflowing. There's toys, books, board games, etc. So you have to get rid of the extras, Laura. Okay? Asking if I should take material from the zone to a different area of the home that is clutter-free. If you are decluttering, Jocelyn, you take the things that don't belong in that area to the room it belongs to, and if you can fit it in the storage area that you've assigned for it, put it in the storage area that it goes to in the completion of your decluttering time, where you throw away, put away, give away. That would be put away. You would take it and put it away. Don't make a whole nother mess like on a dining table. Put it away. Okay? All right. In order to make a decision more easily, you don't pull it out to make a decision more easily. You just work on a small amount at a time. You take one thing out and you make the decision. Don't touch things 2 times. Make the decision. Have 3 containers, a garbage bag for throwaway, a box for giveaway, and a basket for put away. And you stick right there for the whole 15 minutes with your timer on. Go to the bathroom first, get a drink of water, don't be hungry, turn your phone off, make sure your kids are taken care of, and you go through one thing at a time. You don't say, oh, I can't decide, because you're looking at so much at one time. You're looking at one thing. I'm looking at this pair of shoes that I'm wearing, okay? I like these shoes. I wear these shoes. They may not look good to you, but they are comfortable to me and I enjoy them. And so I'm going to put these shoes in my basket to be put in my closet. Boom, next. That's how you do it. You pick up something else. Oh, this is broken. It doesn't work. I've tried it and tried it and tried it. This is going to go in the garbage bag. Boom, next. Oh, this is also trash. This empty water bottle. What is it doing in here? Put it in the garbage. Next. Oh, this is a purse I never use. Let me put it in the giveaway box. Next. That's how you do it. You don't run all over the house. You don't put things in neutral places. You just work it through. Do the job. Do the job. Do the job. If you worked for someone else, they would say, this is how I want you to do the job, and you wouldn't fight with them. You would do the job the way they said they wanted you to do it. That's what I want you to do. You are going to feel so much better. If you put it somewhere else, you're just making more mess. Don't do that to yourself. Because then it comes dinner time and you've got this room just full of stuff, even if you're not eating at that table. Okay? All right. Let's see. Sentimental clutter is your problem. It brings you joy. You know that sparks joy stuff? That's from Marie Kondo, I don't teach Marie Kondo. We don't talk about sparks joy, but we do have things that make us happy. And if you love some sentimental things and you have room for them, then put them together. Like when you're going through decluttering and you find something that's sentimental and you don't want to make a decision about that right now, I would say anything that's pictures or sentimental, like school things from children, etc., those are going to a special box, and that would be called my hobby or my craft. And I would work on that later in the day or another day of the week when I can enjoy going through that. It's not something where you just say, oh, throw it away or keep it, because you might keep too many. You need to really think about what I'm doing with this stuff. Where's it going to go when I die? Do I want to give this to my daughter? Will she want it? Do I get a chance to look at it, or is it just sitting in a box decaying? Those are good questions to ask yourself, okay? All right, let's see. Can we get the key? Can we get into the nitty gritty on our call? But I'm sure I'm not the only one. We can get into the nitty. Is that Kendra K? What do we do when a spouse has a hobby that's taken over a lot of the services? My husband is in a card game and they are everywhere. He likes to look at them often. Shh. I would say to my husband, hey, I'm glad you're having fun. You know what? But look what's happening to the living room. I can't breathe in here. Is there any way you could keep this to just the dining table? I can give you that space. And that's what I would do. I would be honest with him and say, I can't breathe in here. Okay? Jamie, would you do your morning routine before a workout? Struggling to prioritize everything I want to do in the morning. If you work out in the morning and you're going to do your morning routine 30 minutes before the kids wake up, you have to make yourself back your time up and do your workout and your morning routine so that they're over by the time your kids get up. You have to be dressed and everything done. So if you want to work out then, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You want to say prayers, you want to walk your dog, you just have to back your time up. So if you need to be up if your kids get up at 6:30, you need to do your morning routine at 6, and you're doing a 1-hour workout, then you have to get up at 5. And consider, are you going to the gym? Are you doing it in the living room? What's the setup time, etc. That's how you do it. And it doesn't matter which you do first. It just matters that it's done before the kids get up. Okay? So your priority on that would be your priority on that. I can't prioritize for you on that. Okay. But that's a good question, Jamie. That's okay, Jocelyn. Angela, do you use the container concept? If whatever doesn't fit in the space container, something there must go, or the new thing or something else must go there, and there's no room. I kind of do. If you remember, were you here in the beginning of this conversation when we talked about making a scheme of your house, making a blueprint of your house, and you know exactly where you want to store everything? In the end, when everything's put away, if you have stuff left over, you either have to get rid of something that you already stored because this thing you use all the time, or you have to say, I'm going to have to buy more storage space or a bigger house, or I have to get rid of something. Now, it doesn't have to be this or this. Maybe there's a third thing I can get rid of. Maybe I can get rid of those extra pocketbooks in my bedroom that aren't necessary, and then I can put one there and one here. You have to be the thinking woman, okay? My dog is sneezing. She's so cute. Okay. So I hope that helps, Angela. Jennifer, would you go over the weekly home blessing jobs? I'm getting back into the Flylady and can't remember them. Sure. And on Patreon, if you join that, $5 a week, I go over them every single Monday. Weekly home blessing. Get up in the morning and put your sheets in the washing machine. Strip your bed. Don't make it with fresh sheets. Wash those, dry those, let your bed air out, and put those back on at the end of the day or sometime in the day. Second job is the 3 baby jobs. I call them baby jobs because kids can do them. That is, dust your house with a Flylady duster. A Swiffer is a little harder. A rag is even harder. Okay? The Flylady duster is the easiest thing you can do to dust. You can get so much done with the Flylady duster. Third is wipe the spots off the glass with a damp microfiber towel. That's not wipe the whole piece of glass. It's just wipe the little spots and go to the next one. It's a 10-minute job. Next is empty all the small bins or garbage cans. Maybe put a new liner in. Again, a 10-minute job. Those are all baby jobs. The next is the floors. We're going to vacuum or dust mop the floors in your home. You have 10 minutes, so that means pick 5 main rooms and do 2 minutes a room. And then we're going to mop the kitchen floor and the bathrooms. We're not mopping other hard surfaces. This is a weekly home blessing hour. It's a quickie, okay? So we're going to mop the kitchen for 3 minutes, mop any bathrooms you have for 2 minutes each. So this should take you to under or right at 1 hour. You can do it in less time, but you can't do it in more time. And then complete the process by putting everything away. Okay? All right. I hope that helps, Jennifer. Good, Kendra. I'm glad that will work for you. Angela. Let it be the bad guy. Angela's funny talking about her space being the bad guy. I only have so much space. That's the bad guy. Got to get rid of it. I love it. Question, Lita. Lots of books. I know what I don't want. How would I store them until I get a new bookshelf? Maggie May. You can't have my shoe. Thank you. Come here. Thank you. Thank you. You're a good girl. So for books, here's what I want you to think about. You have lots of books. You have lots of people with lots of books. Here's the thing I want you to consider. How long does it take you to read a book? How much time do you have to read books every week? Figure out how long that will be to read all the books you already have. So let's say that you have 100 books. And I know people have thousands, but we're just going to say you have 100 books. And they are reading books. They're not just cookbooks, which I love, which you also have to consider and get rid of some. But if they're books that you read, you say, how long does it take me generally to read a book? It takes me in my spare time a week to read a book, okay? And I've got 1,000 books. There's 52 weeks in a year. Will I be able to read every single week of the year? Probably not. Maybe I can read, if I'm an avid reader and I have time to commit to it, 48 weeks in the year. So I can read 48 books. That means it's going to take me 48 into 100 over 2 years to read all these books. So that means I can't buy any new books because I have all these books to read. I realize you'll have a handful that you read over and over again. That has to go into the computation. But if you buy a book and you're planning on reading these books in 2 years, you have to get one out. Not one you've read. Until you've read all the books, you can't buy new books. So number one, that's what you want to think about. I've had clients who wouldn't be able to read the books they have in a lifetime. And they can't buy any more books because they have the books, all the books for the rest of their life already purchased and more. And I mean that. It's foolish to keep that many books. You don't have a library. You're not building a museum or anything like that. These are just books for your entertainment that you have permitted yourself to purchase because you couldn't tell yourself no. So you have to start saying no to your inner child. Nope, I can't have any more books. Or I can get rid of 75 books. I can have 25 on the shelf. I can easily read those in 6 months. And once I read through them, then I can start getting rid of one and getting a new one, getting rid of one and getting a new one. And if I find one that I love, 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 and I want to read several times, I can put that aside as well. That's my suggestion. Okay, and your actual question was, how should I store them until I get a new bookshelf? I would say go through them and get rid of stuff. Because if you're putting bookshelf after bookshelf after bookshelf in your house, that is such a cluttered feel. You don't want to live in a library. Or maybe you do. I don't know. It's your home. But that's my suggestion. Okay. Lita. When I die, I know it'll go into the trash, but I will keep it until then for my own pleasure. That's fine, Margaret. Dust is what I couldn't remember. That makes sense. Hate dusting. You probably don't have a feather duster from Flylady. I would wager. Have you shown Maggie May already? Yep, we showed her for a second. I got a Kindle. I have all the books I want, and they only take up a tiny space. I also have Kindle, and I also have Audible. And I use Libby, which is at my library. I can borrow a book. I just listened to a book on tape. I just listened to The Rose Code. Excellent historical fiction, World War II. Great book. But anyway, you have to have time to listen even then. I love the library ones because they have a deadline, so I got to get it read or listened to. All right. Um, Shoes smell like mama. Yeah, they do. Angela, Dana, what does the container concept? I take parts that work for me and leave the rest. I appreciate all the advice. Just means that you can fit it in one container, or if you can't fit it there, it can't belong. That's kind of what the container concept is. And actually, your spaces that are storage spaces are containers. So, all right, girlies, I'm going to let you go. We've been on here for almost 51 minutes. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope I answered your questions. I hope I didn't make you mad. But sometimes you have to hear the hard truth. And if you want your life to be better, you have to declutter that stuff that's making you crazy. It's making you crazy. And if you want to look online and read about how clutter affects human beings, knock yourself out. I think it's a wonderful thing to do because it makes you miserable. And I don't want you miserable. I want you happy. I want you peaceful. I want the best for you. All right, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you always remember that you are beautiful. So, be beautiful.